Hello everybody, it is time for interactive problem number 20. Now in this hand, I actually think that there's something equally important in the bidding as there is in the play. So I'm going to start just by talking you through an interesting lesson in the bidding. So it went pass on my right, and as you can see, I chose to open one spade with this south hand. A lot of you guys might open two spades or not open at all. I kind of live by the philosophy that if I perceive my hand to be too strong for a weak two bid, that means that I'm strong enough to open one, and I thought with two aces outside that this hand was worth a one bid. If you're not comfortable opening 10-point hands like this that don't qualify for the rule of 20, it's no big deal. That's not the lesson of the hand. So I opened a spade. It went two club overcall on my left, and my partner raised to two spades. Now, you could argue that that hand with a nice 10-point hand and a doubleton was actually worth a limit raise and bidding three clubs. Now, maybe my partner is used to me opening a little bit more aggressively and chose to just go low with two spades, which is, in my view, when you're playing match points, I don't think that pushing to game is actually very valuable. I think you're much better off stopping low and trying to take more tricks than the opponents. But anyway, so my partner chose to bid two spades. That's also not the lesson of the hand. And it went three clubs on my right, and now I have a ninth trump, so I competed to three spades. And when I bid three spades, I was not inviting my partner to game. I was just saying, partner, I would rather declare three spades than defend three clubs. This was just a law of total tricks situation where I knew my side had nine trumps and my opponents had at least eight, which means that it's always going to be right or usually going to be right for me to bid three spades, because it means there's 17 total tricks available. So if I go down one, that means I took 8 tricks. That means that they were going to make their 110. And if I make my three spades for 9 tricks, that means we were only going to get 50 against three clubs. So whenever you have that ninth trump, you do compete to 3 over 3 typically, unless there's something that's screaming not to, like you have a lot of points in the opponent's suit. So the key to this lesson that I was discussing about the bidding is that my 3 spade bid had absolutely no invitational meaning. Like, my partner is not allowed to bid over 3 spades, and I think this is a common mistake that people in the North Chair experience, where they're like, wow, my partner bid 3 and I have the best hand that I could possibly have, I should bid 4. That would be a big no-no. You're not allowed to bid 4 spades when partner competes to 3 over 3. If South wanted to invite game, they'd have to find a different bid to make. They'd make the most natural bid they could make between 3 diamonds and 3 hearts. Those would say to partner, I'm interested in game. If you have a good hand, go to game. If you don't, stop. But when you compete to 3 over 3, you're not allowed to bid 4. And so, yeah, before you go ahead and watch the rest of the video, play the handout with the interactive feature on WolperBridge.com by clicking play all hands. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find the link in the description to the problem. Okay, so here we are. We have to play in 3 spades, and we have to, the way I like to approach these trump suit hands is I like to count my losers in the long hand. And when I'm looking, I'm probably got 1, possibly 2 spade losers on a terrible day. Heart loser, 2 club loser, very important. We acknowledge that we have a second club loser and a diamond loser. So I'm starting with quite a few losers. One, we'll call it 1 spade. Spades we're probably we're gonna be at the whim of how they break. 1 heart loser, 2 club losers is 4, and a diamond is 5. We have to get rid of at least 1 loser. And when I look, the first thing I see, because one of the first things I look for is I see that I might be able to trump club in the shorthand, and that will get rid of one of my losers. And that seems likely to be successful because they've bid and raised clubs. So West has 5 clubs and East has 3. So there's not much chance I'm going to get over-roughed on the 3rd round of clubs. Great. But I don't stop there. Are there any other losers that I might be able to get rid of? Well, let's see. Could I get rid of my heart loser? There's a chance I could set up the diamonds to get rid of my 5 of hearts. But how will that have to happen? I would have to win the club, play ace of diamonds and a diamond, and then I'd have to get back over to dummy, maybe with the ace of spades and trump a diamond. And then if the diamonds are 3-3, maybe the diamonds are good, but then I still have this issue that I would have to finish drawing trumps before roughing a club to dummy to enjoy the diamonds. That seems like a pipe dream. But on the other hand, I see a way I might be able to get rid of my diamond loser, and that is with the Queen of Hearts. If I try playing Ace of Hearts and a heart up towards the Queen early on this hand, I could then use the Queen of Hearts to throw away a diamond. So I have a few things I have to do. I want to ruff a club and dummy. Obviously, I want to draw trumps, and I want to try to throw away the diamond. So I have to figure out which order to do those in. What is the most important place to start? And the thing is, on this hand, there is the most urgent thing that we need to do is we need to set up a heart, because the moment we let our opponents in, they can shift to diamonds and set up their diamond trick. And if they do that, then by the time we knock out the king of hearts, they will be able to take the diamond. So we can't let them in. So we start this hand by winning the ace of clubs. Even if we duck the club at trick 1, which some people may have done, that gives them the time to immediately shift to diamonds. They're going to say, okay, well, we have no future in clubs. What should we do? And they're going to pick a suit to shift to. And if it's diamonds, then we've already lost our opportunity to get rid of our diamond. So we win the ace of clubs, and what we have to do is immediately play a heart to the ace and a heart up towards the queen. And now they win their king of hearts. And some defenders right now might just cash the king of clubs, and in which case the hand gets even a little bit simpler. I asked the robots to shift to the queen of diamonds to make your life a little bit more difficult. So what you have to do now is you have to win the ace of diamonds, and you have to play a spade up to dummy's ace. And you might say, but now I might not be able to ruff a club. And you're right about that. You might not be able to ruff a club because what's going to happen is we're going to take our sure discard of the diamond, and now we're going to play a club, and it's possible that they may not, they might play king of spades and a spade, but in the process, at least we got rid of our diamond loser. So we might end up losing a club, but we didn't lose a diamond. So it's the worst thing that can happen now is we break even. But on this hand, what they would do is they would play the king of diamonds back, and we trump it, and now we trump our club. And finally, the thing we usually like to do first, we do near the end here, is not draw trumps. So on this hand, the best you could do was take 10 tricks. And that's making game. So those of you who bid 4 with that north hand, maybe you would have gotten a better score. But the key is that on this hand, I got a huge result just for taking 10 tricks. By attacking the hearts first, before drawing trumps, before trying to do the club ruff, just recognizing which order to do things in, earned me, I believe, an 85 or 90% board by attacking the hearts first. So when you have 10 opposite 10, let me just review, go back and pull us back to trick 1. When you have 10 opposite 10, nobody's in game. You don't need to be in game. The key is just to take as many tricks as you possibly can. That's how you win at match points, is play the same contract as everybody else and just play it a trick better than them. Easier said than done. Thank you for watching.